Right. I hope you can hear me all okay. Thank you for attending. My name's Scott. I'm from the BAR. And welcome everybody to this highly anticipated webinar. It's called Maximising Return on Investment, Advanced Strategy for Seasoned Google Ads Users in the Removals Business. This is being hosted by Laura at YBA PC, who is an affiliate partner of with the BAR. So we are going, she's going to guide us through this exciting journey into the world of advanced Google Ads strategies, and she'll share her secrets, insiders knowledge, experts tips, and provide real world examples that will turbocharge your advertising efforts. So get ready to uncover the secrets of driving success in the removals market with Google Ads. Can I just ask you all to put your names down if you haven't already so, and the company as well. You'll be able to find that on participants, and then you'll be able to edit your name. So if you could just put your name and then your company name as well, that would be great, just for us knowing who's attended. And with that, I will hand you over to Laura.
Good morning, everybody. I'll just wait a few more minutes to let some people in, because I know that we've got, well, it's 10 o'clock on a Thursday morning, isn't it? We just need to give them a bit of space to come in and join us. So yeah, hi everybody. I am broken, I have to say. I've got a dodgy throat. I went to the conference. I'm going to blame a conference and also an awards dinner recently, so lots of germs flying around. Yeah, full of cold. I've got my tissues, I've got my Benylin, I've got all my drugs around me to try and support me, lots and lots of water. So yeah, I'll just wait a couple more minutes. So yeah, if you can kindly change your name, that would be really helpful. So you go into click on the participants box on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and then where your name comes up on the right-hand side of that, you'll see there's 3 little dots. If you click on the 3 dots, then click on rename, that'd be really helpful. Just in case there's any questions, then I can respond to you and know where you've come from. Yeah, in this session, we're going to explore the advanced strategies. This is more based for those people that are doing Google Ads already and investing and really want some help to try and crank the wheel, get more leads out of it. So that's the goal of what I'm sharing today. So let's see where we are. Just give another couple of more minutes and another swig of my warm drink. So the main goal today really is purely to help navigate you. I'm not going to be doing anything done for you, but I'm going to be navigating you and helping you, guide you, looking at things in your Google Ads account, or perhaps somebody that's looking after your Google Ads. You can ask various questions off the back of the information that I'm sharing. So that would be a good insight. Right, I think now's about time to crack on. Hopefully you can see my screen. Just stick your hands up in the air just so I can see that you can see the screen, you can see the PowerPoint slide. Brilliant, thank you. So today, yeah, it's about sharing knowledge and expertise with you on how to improve your Google Ads. So I'm hoping that most people that have come to the event today are already doing Google Ads. They're already investing money. So they've got some data. You've got a little bit of an understanding as to what's going on with it. And you're looking for ways to be able to improve that outcome for you. So I'm going to be sharing some of the things to look at to improve that. So it's not really geared for people that have never done Google Ads before, Although if you've come and joining on that basis and that's where you're at, that's absolutely fine. It will give you more information and more understanding so that when you do start your Google ads or decide that that's the right route for you, you'll be able to look at some of these things and be ahead of your competitors more likely. So that's the goal for today. So what if you could double your leads in 30 to 90 days? Now that sounds pretty extreme. However, it can happen. And again, with some of the things that I'm going to be sharing today, that's what could be an outcome for you. You know, we're coming into this stage where there's an economic situation that is really putting a strain on people, both as a residential person, but also as businesses. So we're all looking at ways to be able to get more from what we're already investing in. And this is a perfect example this morning where we're looking at, okay, I'm investing in my Google. How can I make it more profitable for us? So you want to be able to apply some of these things so that you're then ahead of the game, you're ahead of your competitors potentially, and really just getting the best that you possibly can. So doubling your leads in 30 to 90 days might sound a bit extreme, but I'm going to show you ways that that could be a possibility. Because Google Ads, it's really a bit like a slot machine. The purpose of it is that we want to spend money in at the top. So let's say you put £1 in, and then you're going to hopefully get multiples out of that at the bottom. That's the purpose of Google Ads, and that's why it's a massive business with people spending billions of pounds with Google on an advertising perspective. Because it works, you know, it works for many businesses. But equally, on the flip side of it, you could be spending money on Google and actually going, this doesn't really work. It's not working so well for us. Because what we tend to find is people are making quite a few mistakes that they may not have known. So it could be that you're doing it in-house or you're doing it through an agency. And really, you know, you don't know what you don't know. So again, today is a way to be able to share some of these things so that we can come out going, you know what, actually, this is brilliant for my business. It's not going to be the magic bullet that's going to completely revolutionize your business. It's one part of your marketing activity, because Google Ads is about getting the phone to ring, getting somebody to fill out a form. You know, you've still got to convert that sale, but it's a really strong pillar for your business to be able to get in a repeatable way new customers and inquiries through. And this is what it's meant to be doing. Google Ads really is about making that phone ring and making somebody fill out a form. Those are the two key steps. It's the next step that somebody should be taking with you to engage with you and become a customer. So the whole purpose, just to reiterate for those that are new to Google Ads, the whole purpose of Google is to get somebody to see your ad for what you offer. So for removals in the local area, they see the ad, they click on the ad, come to the website, and then the whole goal is to get them to pick up the phone to inquire with you or to fill out the form. Those are the two key ideal sort of sales next steps. So that is what we're trying to achieve. So, excuse me. So why Google Ads for removals? Well, 80% of people are finding you through the internet, through Google Maps, you know, going through the website organically. They are coming through to your website. They are going to Google to find removals. So it's not something you should ignore as a business. So the opportunity is there. 37,000, so that is what Google estimates are the number of people looking across the UK every month for removal services. So again, it's a big number, and obviously there's not that many people in your local area. So in your local area, there will be, depending on the population, a smaller number that are looking for removals in your area, but they are turning to Google. The opportunity is there. So what we need to do is improve the things that you've got going on within your Google Ads so that we can squeeze more of that juice. Now, the two key things that I love about Google Ads, and as a business owner should be a wonderful thing, is the fact that it's controllable. every step of the way within your Google Ads account, you get to control a lot of that. So you can control what ads people see, you can control how much you're prepared to pay to be at the top of Google, you can control where they go to on your website. So there's a lot of things that you can control. It's very, very different from a lot of other marketing activities. So we get to control that. And the other thing that's great, if you're a data geek like me, is that it's measurable. You can have a look at all of the different parts along that rhythm that I just said there. You can measure a lot of those things, and you can look at it and go, hold on. It's like looking at a profit and loss account for your business. You can look at it and go, well, hold on. Our costs were really high there. That's therefore affected the net margins and the gross profit. Now, what that means in your Google Ads account is all of the different parts within your Google Ads account are measurable. So you can look at it and go, in this location, that's not working so well. There's a really high cost per lead, or this ad isn't having as many people click on it. Okay, we can see these numbers and we can then deep dive into these aspects and make the change. So why for removals? A lot of people are going to Google. You know, it's not a surprise to you, I'm sure, but the opportunity is there. Now, what we need to be doing really is squeezing the juice. So we want to say, okay, I'm spending, let's say, £1,000 on Google Ads at the moment, and I'm getting X amount of inquiries out of it. How can we squeeze that so that we're getting actually more of those inquiries through by turning the right levers in your Google Ads account? So hopefully you're with me on this rhythm of what we're going to be covering in the session together today. And with numbers, I wanted to just show you what it could look like. This is just sort of a benchmark to say, okay, let's have a look at what it would be like if we're able to increase the return on our investment. Now, like I said, there's different aspects of your Google Ads account. So I'm sort of suggesting that, let's say we were able to enjoy a 25% increase on the performance and those particular bits. So first of all, let's look at your website visitors. So let's say currently you're getting 500 people a month to go to your website. So let's say we could increase that by 25%, and that increases to 625 people. And that's by doing some of the things that I'm going to be showing you today. Let's then say on the next part of it is that once they get to the website, we can increase the number of people, so that's the leads or the conversions, whatever you want to call it, the number of people that take action when they come to your website. Let's say you're getting a 10% conversion rate. So that's 10% of the people that come onto your website take an action of either phoning you up or filling out the form. Let's say we can increase that from 10% to 12%, 12.5% with this 25% increase. So instead of getting 50 leads, you're now getting 78 leads just by making changes to these increase points. Now let's look at the next point. So in this we're saying that once people have inquired and you've got that inquiry, you've increased the sales conversion rate from 20%, which seems to be kind of the average, 20% of people from lead to them becoming a sale, we increase that by 25%. So from 20% to 25%. So what we've done there, by increasing each of these parts of the journey by 25% on each of them, you know, the marginal gains, overall, you've gone from 10 sales, which is what that 20% is. So it's gone from 10 sales to nearly 20 sales. You've doubled your sales as improving all of these different aspects. So this is where the importance is, just to show you an example. And I've then kind of put that into the numbers. So let's say on your ad spend for those 500 clicks, you're spending £1,000 at roughly £2 a click. So we've gone from £1,000 ad spend, and that's increased to £1,250 by the 25% increase. And then from these, we've just seen in the previous slide that we've got £10,000 worth of sales. And as an outcome, actually, by increasing all of these, it's 25%. So now the sales has doubled to nearly 20,000. And looking at a slightly different way, the return on investment is 900% that you would see here and 1460 here. So in easy terms, we're saying we're spending £1 and we're getting £9 out. And with this 25% increase on all of the different areas, we've got £1 spending, 1460 out. So from that £250 increase in ad spend, actually we've got an additional over and above £9,500 revenue. Now, this is an example, sort of back of a fag packet maths, but it's showing you, your conversion rate may be different, your click-through rate might be different, your numbers may be different. But I just wanted to show you in basic terms what impact things can have by improving every step of the Google Ads area there. So yeah, the 9,500 additional revenue from the £250 spend. So happy days, that would be a great outcome, I'm sure. Just a quick one on YBA, if you haven't met us yet, a big hello, we're a friendly bunch over here. We are an affiliate partner with the BAR, and we you'll see us on you may get our Friday videos with some tips and marketing sort of inspiration and things that you can apply to your business. So if you don't get those Friday videos and you would like to, please get in contact. And on the last slide, there's some contact details, which I'll share. But yeah, the Friday videos, we're in the magazine, we host the webinars. But the thing about us is that we are a premier partner with Google. And what that means is that it's the level of ad spend that we have that we manage on behalf of our clients and the outcomes that we get for our clients. Not many agencies, well, only 3% are a premier partner with Google, which I'm really proud of that. And the whole goal is that we're working with clients to get them really good outcomes. Our goal is to help their businesses grow, our clients' businesses grow. To give you a quick example, so this is one of our clients, Move Our Stuff. His experience was that he was working with like an aggregator and found it really frustrating because he would be sort of fighting with other removals companies to try and grab that sale, because that lead had also gone to many others. So now he's able to get a lot of his leads directly through from Google, coming through to his website, and he's getting sort of 40 to 50 inquiries a month directly from Google. So that's just an example to show what can happen. Another quick swig of my tea. There's a quick question in the chat. There's a quick question. What I will do is I will come back to the questions at the end, if that's all right, and I'll speed through. So we've got a half-an-hour session, and because I know you guys are very, very busy, so I will run through this really quickly and then come back to you with questions. And if we need more time, no problem at all. So today's agenda, I'm going to cover, there's 7 main levers. I call them the levers because if you turn them, it should make a big difference on the outcome. 7 main levers. We'll go through some Q&As at the end. And then also there's a gift for you to share with you some more help along the way. Firstly, just do me a quick favor. If you can put a 1 in the chat, just to stick in a number 1 if you're doing Google Ads already and investing on a regular basis. And plus, if you can just pop in there, what is your biggest frustration or what's your challenge with it? Because you've obviously come along today to learn more, but if you can express to me, you know, I'm doing Google Ads and the problem I'm having is XYZ, you know, I can't see if it's working, or the costs are really high and I don't feel it's getting the outcomes. So if you'd be kind enough just to pop that in, that would be really helpful, and then I can help guide you. You can do that over time because I'm going to be chatting away. Okay, so, excuse me. Number 1, the first thing that we see many people are not doing is accurate tracking. So lots of people have got tracking in place, and accurate tracking is very different. So what I mean by that is, let me just briefly explain what tracking is. So tracking is a way for you to be able to see the outcome of what's happened when somebody clicks on your ad, comes to your website. Now, the tracking that you want are the things that I've just put in there in number 1, which is things like phone calls. So somebody that comes onto the website and calls you up and says, hey, I'm thinking about get removals, can you help me? That physical phone call. So phone calls, somebody opting in to get a quote from you, so just popping in their details and asking you to get back in contact with them. Potentially you have live chat on your website. Some people do. So when somebody engages on that live chat. So number one is really the active step that somebody takes after they've clicked from the ad onto your website. So when I say accurate tracking, there's various things that are happening with people that are tracking these things, but not all of them. Number two is what they can do. An example is that they will track every time somebody does that thing. So let's say somebody clicks on the ad, fills out the form, and then they go, oh, I'm not sure if I did that. They go back and then do it again. What somebody is tracking is every time somebody does that. We don't want that, because that one person is one lead. So we just want to know that that person has filled out one form or called you once. So, you know, it's a default setting in Google. Sometimes people set it up so that it's every time that action happens, but we just want it to be that one time. The reason we want it to be that one time is that it inflates the inquiries in your Google Ads account. So it will show you that you've got more leads than you've actually got. So first of all, we need to be tracking all of the different steps that somebody takes. So phone calls, opt-ins, live chat. Secondly is that we want it to be set as once they do it, not every time they do it. Thirdly is you've probably had this for, gosh, coming up to 2 years now, where Google Analytics is now no longer, that's been fenced off, and now they have just Google Analytics 4 or GA4. I'm sure that you've all got this set up. If not, get in contact. We can help guide you. But it's the newer way that Google are setting up their analytics and their sort of interaction on your website, giving you data on what they're doing. So please make sure that you've got GA4 set up and it's linked in with your Google Ads account. Number 4, I think this is hugely valuable, and it's something that we do for all of our clients, is we have full call tracking. So that means on the phone calls that come onto your website, so somebody fills out the form, comes to your website, and then calls the number on your website, we track that phone call. We create an audible file of that phone call, and actually we create a transcript as well, but that's kind of on another side. So with the call tracking, we capture that phone call, and the reason it's so important is that that phone call is a really valuable sales call for you. So we want to optimize the Google Ads account and go, okay, let's spend more money on the types of keywords that people are clicking on, that are phoning you up, and less on the ones that aren't. So full call tracking is really valuable. The other reason it's really valuable for our clients is they can sit around a table and actually listen to the phone calls and say, hey, okay, let's do some call handling training around that. Can we be happier on the phone? Can we make sure that we grab the client's details so that we can follow up and engage with that person on a longer term basis? So call handling is really important too. Number 5 is the underlying reason why it's important to have accurate tracking. And by the way, the other name for this is called conversion tracking. That's what it is in the Google Ads account. So the reason it's really important is we need to see where things are happening, see where things are working, so that we can, in your Google Ads account, it's almost like a column. It will say, these are where all the conversions are. Brilliant. Let's double down on those. Let's get more of what's working and less of what isn't. Another quick swig. Hopefully that all makes sense. Number 2, so this is your ads. What we would like to be doing is improving your ads so that more people of the right type of person click on your ad. So there's a number of different things here that we need to improve. First of all is about relevancy. And here's just a quick example. I've typed in removals companies, Hemel Hempstead, and you know it's a good ad at the top. But what's happening here is it's picking up the word Tring. Tring is very close to Hemel Hempstead, granted. But actually, if I've typed in, excuse me, removals companies, Hemel Hempstead, if we've got leading removal company Hemel here, then to me as a searcher, that's much more relevant, and I'm more likely to click onto that. So relevancy is important. The other thing is about differentiating. Now, we want to ensure that we're differentiating from the other advertisers here as best we can, so that it's not too sort of vanilla. So in your area, do a search for what's coming up in the ads and think, okay, so these guys are saying this. Let's see what we can do that's different. I'm going to give you a free bottle of champagne if you come, free bottle of champagne for new customers, or it could be price driven if that's your thing. I'm not saying that you need to be cheapest at all. It could be the levels of experience that you've got. It could be that you're award winning. It could be that you'll get a free quote today. Differentiate yourself as best you can with others that are advertising in your area. You just need to differentiate from your area, or the ads that you're seeing in your area. Location is another good thing to be putting in there. I've given the example there of Tring. So people like to use local businesses. So ensure that you have got your local town name in there so that people feel that they're looking, finding a local business. Now, all of these things can be split tested. You can take advert A and advert B and show two different ads in your campaigns, and you go, okay, this one is the one that's converting really well. Let's keep this one and let's leave this one and let's get another one going. So all of these different parts that I'm saying here about relevancy, about differentiation, location, all of these aspects can be split tested to improve. To give you just to kind of bring this to life, here's a client that we work with where we've changed the ads and the click-through rate went up massively. Therefore, the conversion, so the number of inquiries went up, the conversion rate went up, and the cost per conversion came down. So all of these numbers are really, really beneficial to you as a business by just improving the ads, not spending any more, just improving the ads that you've got. Number 3, another part of the ads, not just the ad copy up here, are the ad extensions. Now, these are, you don't pay extra for these. These are things that Google allow you to put on your ads so that you have your ad a little bit bigger and a little bit more eye-catching. They will not show them all the time. This one isn't guaranteed. So what you need to do is ensure that you have all the ad extensions in your campaigns, and they're also very relevant to the campaign. So what I mean by that is, let's say you're doing a campaign for Hempstead, campaign for Tring. Make sure that we have the right location in the ad extension. So you've got location, you've got site links, you've got, I won't go into the depth and detail of them all. However, they are things in your campaigns that you should ensure that you have got set up and you've got enabled in your account. Number 4 is remarketing. So we've brought people to the website. Some of them will take action, not all. So it could be that you have, say, a 10% conversion rate. So 10% of the people that come to your website are those that will take action. So what we can do is we can have remarketing ads. These are ones whereby people that come to your website will then be able to see your ads as they mooch around the internet on Google, and there's millions of websites that show Google ads, the little banner ads on the side. This is called remarketing. So what it means is somebody comes to your website, they then leave the website, and you can then show them ads again with, it could be another kind of ad or another message in a picture ad. And when somebody clicks on that, they then visit your website again. So it's another way to re-engage with that person that hasn't taken action. And if they have taken action, actually it really reinforces your brand to them to make them think, oh yeah, brilliant, I'm glad that I'm working with them. So number 4 is remarketing ads. Number 5 is landing page. So the landing page is a fancy word for the page that people go to once they've clicked on your ad, they come to your website. Lots of people use their homepage, which could be fine, but we want to make sure that it's really relevant to what somebody's typed in. So let's say in an ideal scenario, you would have a landing page for each of the different locations if you're multi-site location, or it could be different types of services. So it could be commercial removals, it could be piano removals, just being a silly example. You can go on and on. You don't have to create loads. That's kind of continually improving. But the main thing is that we want to have the page that has a single purpose once they get to that page. And it's trying to encourage people to take the next step. You know, if you go to a website and you go to somebody's homepage, there's FAQs, there's about us, there's the contact form, there's all sorts of different things. And I don't know if you're like me, but I have a short attention span. And if I come to that page, my eyeballs go in different directions and I'm not sure what I need to be doing. So we want to help them and guide them to say, okay, you're in the right place, we can help you, get in contact. So single purpose, ideally. Secondly is about relevancy. So that's making sure that we put in things like the location or the type of service that you offer that they're looking for. So it really relates back to the keyword and the ad copy of what somebody's typed in and then seen. So it's all about relevancy. For example, if I type in blue shoes, I see an ad with blue shoes, I want to be taken to a page that's got blue shoes. I don't want to be taken to a page that's got red shoes because I'm going to go, red? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Back I go to Google. So relevancy. Thirdly, the key thing on a landing page is really about building trust, building credibility, and it's trying to get people to go, you know what, I really have got to call this company. They seem really, reliable. So in there, you may have some little testimonials, or you could have your BAR logo to show credibility. So these things reinstill the confidence for somebody to then get in contact with you. So that's the purpose of a landing page. I just wanted to show you a quick example again. So this is a company work with Brant Self-Storage. This was the landing page that they had originally. So it had the telephone number on there, not too prominent. There was lots of different areas that people could get lost in. And there was lots of space here that really wasn't being used to its best potential. So for a Google Ads campaign, really we want to be taking them to a page that's got more of the right kind of information. So the location's Borden, so Borden Self-Storage Solutions, a few key reasons as to why, you know, your better telephone number and request a quote, and the page goes further on, but they come here and this converts really well. So to show you an example again of what happens as a result of having these purpose-driven pages, is the cost per click is a little bit lower because Google's going, okay, this is more relevant. So the ad spend overall was a little bit less, which is a great bonus. But what's really important here is it converted much better. So more people filled out the form or contacted them. So the conversion rate, which is the percentage of people that take that action, went up significantly, and the cost per conversion came down. So again, making these levers, turning these levers, really does help with the outcome. But I must stress that it's all about testing. This is not a magic bullet. It takes time, effort, and energy to think about it, to test these things out and try and make improvements. Number 6. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more technical. It's a live bidding auction. You have to bid a certain amount, and I'm not going to give you lessons on how this all works, but you've got different ways of doing bidding with Google. So you can manually change your cost per click, but actually what we are focusing more on is more of these automated bidding strategies. Now, this does not mean, you know, take your hands off the wheel and, you know, drive ahead Google. Google has a lot of information data. It knows what people click on. It knows what people don't click on. And that information, the human doesn't have access to. So there's various bidding strategies that you can use. So you've got maximize clicks. And this is where we're saying to Google, right, okay, get as many clicks as you can to the website. This is not something I would ever recommend. And we do see this. So just, you know, regardless of what outcome is taken, actually, you know, we're saying to Google, right, click, 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 get me more clicks. That doesn't help a business. Helping a business is getting more inquiries and more leads. So this could be a better outcome of the maximize conversions, where we're saying to Google, okay, spend more budget on the ones that are actually converting. And then you've got other ones who target impression share. This is saying to Google, impressions is when somebody sees your ad. So you can say to Google, right, I want to be at the top of Google, come what may, just get my ads at the top. So that's a target. You've got a target cost per acquisition, CPA. You've got a target return on ad spend. So that's more of an e-commerce website. But the target cost per acquisition is quite interesting, that once you've got enough data in your Google Ads account and you can start to see how many acquisitions you're getting, you can then say to Google, okay, right, I want you now to take the risk, Google. I want to pay a target cost per acquisition of, let's say, £30 an inquiry. Right, Google, you now go find me more, go present my ads in those kind of places. So again, it is all with testing, but these are the different bidding strategies that you can use that again can turn the handle on the outcomes for your business. I hope I haven't sort of blinded you all with science there, because I know we've got a range of different sort of experiences with Google Ads, and some of these you'll be going, bidding strategies, what the heck? So I get that. You know, I've been doing this for 10 years. We've got a great business helping people with all of these sorts of things. So yeah, bear with. Now, the last aspect is about A/B testing, and really I've kind of mentioned this all the way along. So A/B split testing means that every aspect that I've talked about and many more, you can test, and don't test them all at once, because then you don't know actually which bits are working, which bits aren't. It needs to be sort of a process and a path that you go through. So you can, for example, split test the ad copy. So you can have 2 ads and run those with statistically significant number of clicks on these 2 ads and go, okay, this one's performing really well. Let's keep that one. Right, let's take that one away. Let's test out a different headline. Let's test the headline. Okay, so then those 2. And then we're going to then test the next part, one of the extensions, for example, as I've said there. So you can test all of these different things. Keywords, again, you can test different types of keywords and see how they perform, similar to what we were talking about with bidding strategies, with landing pages, with ad schedules. You can look at the data to say, okay, we've got it running 24/7, which I don't recommend, 24/7, and actually we can see that these particular times of the day are the ones that are performing better, getting us a higher number of inquiries. So let's test spending more money on that bit. Same theory applies with geographical targeting as well. So some geographical areas might be better. Okay, let's double down on that. Let's spend more money in that particular geographical area. So again, all we're doing here is we're just squeezing the juice, and we're being led by data-driven decisions. It's not going, oh, yeah, let's just try this particular thing. Let's see if that works. Well, no, we're making data-driven decisions. Device targeting, so whether it's a mobile, whether it's a laptop, mobile, whether it's a desktop or a tablet, for example, you can look at the data there. Ad rotations, ad formats, all of these different things that we can do to split test and continually improve. And that's why I love it. So a massive thank you, everybody. What I'm hoping, really hoping that you've taken away from today is these are the 7 key things I think are really important for you to go away, have a look in your Google Ads account and see where improvements can be made. So that we've talked about tracking, not just tracking, but accurate tracking, making sure that it's giving you the right picture. Because if it's not accurate, then it's a bit like a chocolate fire guard. You know, you're making the wrong decisions in your Google Ads account. Ad improvements. Can we be showing ads that are more compelling than our competitors, that to get more people to click on the ads? Have we got all of the ad extensions so that we can take as much available ad space from Google? Are we potentially remarketing to make sure that we're grabbing those eyeballs back again to our website? Are you doing a landing page, or have I maybe now questioned whether when you look at the page that you're sending traffic to, are they going to be engaging enough to get somebody to pick up the phone to fill out the form? So have a look at that. Bidding strategies, that's another aspect to test. And then really continually A/B split testing all of these different areas. So hopefully you've had a very strong coffee before you join me, and if not, let's hope that you've got some paracetamol that you can now take, because I've probably given you a bit of a headache, or you're like this little cute kitten going, oh my gosh, what is she talking about? Which brings me on to my next point. You know, if you'd like to get in contact, or any of these things, you know, you're kind of scratching your head, or if you'd like an external review, we're more than happy to do that. We're here to help, no obligation whatsoever. But I passionately believe that there's a lot of businesses out there that are leaving a lot of, as in American terms, a lot of money on the table. So yeah, by all means, get in contact. You can either take a picture of that of that, and that will take you to a page where you can fill out some details or pop an email to team@YBA. But thank you very much for your patience. I've kind of gone a couple of minutes over my allotted 30 minutes. So what I will do is I'll have a look at the chat to see if there's some questions that we can.
Question mark at the top from Kirsty, and then at the bottom from Charlotte.
Okay, is that average sales conversion rate specifically for people? Right, so the sales conversion rate has absolutely nothing to do with Google Ads. So the conversion rate is, if I ask the question, if I gave you 10 people rang you up for an inquiry or filled out a form, what percentage would then become a customer? That is your business conversion rate. You can, of course, you can have a look at your Google Ads specific, conversion rate. That's brilliant. I love the depth of that data. So yeah, I was giving a broad brush approach to say typically about 20% of inquiries convert. So that's including referrals, it's including Google Ads. When we're talking to businesses, that's what tends to be the conversion rate. So hopefully, Kirsty Parsons, that's helped to answer your question. I will just
and then from Charlotte,
my understanding was that Google was automatically A/B splitting your text snippets to create an ad. It depends, really, Charlotte. It depends on what your settings that you've got on and your bidding strategies. So sometimes they do A/B split testing. That's what they do with their insights. But without being kind of slopey shoulders, it really depends on how it's set up. But I can take that offline and have a look and have a chat with you about it. So I think that's all the questions. By all means, get in contact if you'd like any more information, if I can help you in any way further. And it's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Thank you ever so much, everybody.